My name is Rachel, and this is a prenatal vinyasa class intended for women with an established vinyasa practice previous to pregnancy. So we will assume a certain level of familiarity with the postures and a certain level of conditioning for the postures. So if you're a beginner to yoga, or if it's been a long time since you've had a regular yoga practice, this is probably not the best practice for you. This is intended for women in their first and second trimesters, women who are experiencing a healthy, active pregnancy. If you've had any complications, talk to your prenatal care provider before doing a practice like this. And as always, use your best judgment. In pregnancy, your body is constantly changing, and so something that might work well for someone in their first trimester does not work well for them in their second trimester. Be especially aware of stretching and overstretching in your belly and around your hips. If you have any questions about whether or not you should be doing it, then play it on the safe side and back off. So with that, we'll begin. You'll want to have a blanket handy and a block. So take your blanket. I'm going to put your blanket behind you. I'm going to sit on the edge of your blanket so your knees are a little bit lower than your hips. And we'll take your hands down to your knees. Close your eyes. You can also take one hand to your heart and one hand down to your belly. Lift your chest. Make a little bit of space in your side. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Again, inhale through your nose and breathe out through your nose. Continue to breathe in, making your breaths long and smooth. And breathe out. Now begin to breathe in and fill your lungs about 1/3 of the way, and then pause for about 1 second. And then breathe in about 2/3 of the way and pause. And now breathe in all the way, fill your lungs, pause, and then breathe out 1/3 of the way, pause. Breathe out 2/3 of the way, pause. Now breathe out all the way, empty your lungs, pause. Breathe in 1/3 of the way, pause. Breathe in 2/3 of the way, pause. Fill your lungs all the way up, pause. And now breathe out 1/3 of the way, 2/3 of the way, and then all the way. Hold the air out. Inhale 1/3 of the way, pause. 2/3 of the way, pause. Breathe the air in all the way, pause. And then let it go 1/3 of the way, pause. 2/3 of the way, pause. All the way, pause. Now release your hands onto your knees. We're going to come off your blanket, put it aside, and come on to hands and knees. Take your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips in a tabletop position. We'll take some cat-cows. So flexing and extending your spine. Take an inhale, drop your belly down, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. And on your exhale, round your back, press your knees into the floor, press your hands into the floor. Inhale, drop your belly, widen your collarbones, widen your sitting bones. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin in, tuck your tailbone under. Inhale to your cat pose. Exhale to your cow. And again, inhale to your cat. Exhale to your cow. Keep doing this, moving with your own breath. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now come back to neutral in your spine and walk your hands towards you and come up to stand on your knees. If it bothers your knees to stand on your knees, you can take a blanket underneath your knees. And I'm going to face this way just so you can see what's going on. Take your right leg out to the right. And bring your foot flat to the floor, and if your toes can face forward, great. And if they don't, that's fine. Take your right arm down by your right leg and reach your left arm up and then over, stretching long on the left side of your body and also on your right inner thigh. And there's little to no weight in your right hand, so you can rest on your leg, but try not to put a lot of weight on that hand. Stretch through your left fingertips. Inhale, and then as you exhale, take your left hand down to the floor beside you. Reach your right arm overhead. Inhale, stretch your right fingertips long. Reach through your right fingertips, press into your right foot. Inhale, rise up. Take your right arm down, take your left arm up and over. Inhale, and then exhale your left hand down, reach your right arm overhead. Inhale, stretch your body. Exhale, rise up. Take your right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhale. And then exhale, left hand down, right arm overhead. And then rise back up to center. Take your right knee down and take your left leg out. Bring your left foot flat to the floor. And take your left arm down by your left leg. Reach your right arm up and over. Keep both shoulders relaxing. Stretch through your right side body. Inhale. And then exhale your right hand down. Reach your left arm overhead. Press down into your right hand. Reach through your left hand. Press down into your left foot. Inhale, stretch your whole body. Exhale, rise up. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, right hand down, left arm overhead. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, rise up. One more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale, right hand down. Inhale, stretch, even push your hips forward a little bit. Exhale, rise up. Good. Now bring both knees down. And then from here we're going to come into a yoga squat. So you're going to take your feet flat to the floor, wider than your hips. We're always making enough room for your belly. At the beginning this won't be so much of a concern, but as you start to get bigger. And then turn your toes out and your heels in, bend your knees, sit down, malasana, yoga squat. Take your palms together at your heart, take your elbows into your legs, and press your legs out, lift your chest. Now another way you could do this, if this is a little much, you can take your block, sit on your block, and press your elbows into your legs. And this way you get the stretch on your inner thighs, the stretch in your hips, but it's a little bit less intense. Inhale, and then as you exhale, straighten your legs, turn your toes forward and fold over your legs. Press your hands down into the floor, or if the floor is a little bit far away, you can take the block underneath your hands and use that. Stretch your chest forward, stretch your inner thighs back, stretch your legs. Inhale, and as you exhale, fold over your legs. Now turn your heels in and toes out, bend your knees, come back into your squat. Again, you have the option to sit on your block, but you do not have to. You can stay here, or take your right arm out to the right, take your right fingertips down to the floor, and take your left arm up. Getting a little opening. And you might turn your left arm behind you and take a bind, a half bind, or a full bind, reaching your right arm around and joining your hands. And then if you are bound, release your bind. Take your palms back to your heart, lift your chest, inhale. And as you exhale, straighten your legs, turn your toes forward, forward folding with your feet out wide. Inhale, press down into the floor, stretch your heart forward, stretch your legs back. Exhale, fold. Now turn your heels in and your toes out. Bend your knees. You might be sitting on your block, but you might not. Take your palms to your heart. Lift your chest. Option 1 is to stay here. Option 2, take your left hand out and bring it into the floor. Reach your right arm up. Option 3, take a half or full bind. And then if you are bound, release your bind. Take your palms back to your heart, inhale. And as you exhale, fold over your legs. Now heel toe your feet together, or heel toe your feet about hips distance apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold without compressing your belly. Inhale all the way up, reach out and up, bring your palms to me, and then exhale your arms down by your sides. So some of this video, my head's gonna be cut off, I think. Come to the top of your mat, with your arms down by your sides, your feet about hips distance apart, press down into your feet, lift your rib cage up, relax your shoulders. Breathe in. Take your arms out and up, bring your palms to meet overhead. Exhale, fold towards the floor. And your hands may or may not touch the floor. It doesn't matter much. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Either ground your hands into the floor or take your hands into your legs. And then exhale, fold in. Bring your chest towards your legs. Inhale all the way up, reach out and up, fill your lungs, bring your palms to meet, stand tall. Exhale, fold toward the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine, ground your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, reach out and up. Exhale, fold toward the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, take your hands down, step your feet back, plank. So option 1 in your plank is your full plank. All right, knees up, strong legs, strong arms. Option 2 is to drop your knees straight down to the mat. They'll be a little bit behind your hips. And then from here, inhale. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, lower halfway to the mat. Now inhale, bring your belly down, not all the way to the floor, just drop your belly down with control. Roll your shoulders back, elbows a little bit bent. Inhale, cobra variation. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Spread your fingers out. Press your hips up and back away from your hands. Stretch through the sides of your body. Stretch your waist. And take your feet out a little bit wider than normal to make some room for your belly. Now bend your knees and look towards your hands and start to walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine, scoop your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold right back down toward the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plank. And then with your knees up or down, inhale in your plank. Exhale, bend your elbows straight back, bring your chest and belly to the same height, chaturanga. Inhale, take your chest forward, scoop your shoulders back, bend your elbows. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let your neck relax. Squeeze your forearms gently in towards each other to bring some stability to your shoulders and upper back. Inhale, bend your knees, look toward your hands. Exhale, bring your feet to your hands, feet a little wider than hips distance. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Now bend your knees, sit your weight back into your heels, lift your chest and arms, chair pose. And you might find yourself not being able to sit down quite as low as you normally do in chair pose. That's okay. You'll probably find yourself not able to do many things as deeply and as intensely as you normally can. Inhale. And as you exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plank pose. Knees up or down, inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower halfway only. Do not lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, cobra variation, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, step your right foot forward between your hands, and depending on how large your belly is, you might have to walk it out a little bit farther to the right than normal. Bring your left heel flat to the floor. Bend your right leg. Inhale, lift up, warrior one. Roll your left hip forward and bring your right thigh bone back. Press into the outside edge of your left foot. Now lift your chest, lift your ribs, soften your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra variation. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now step your left foot forward. Bring your right heel down. Bend your left leg and rise up, warrior one. Press out strongly into the outside edge of your back leg, roll your right hip forward, left hip back, and then lift up through your torso. Soften your shoulders. Inhale, curl your heart up and back. Exhale, hands down, plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra variation. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, bend your knees, look towards your hands. Exhale, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch your heart forward. Exhale, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Curl your heart up and back, with the back being in the upper part of your back only. Exhale, take your hands down, plank. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, bend your knees, look towards your hands. Exhale, your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand, arms down by your sides. Now from here, we're going to take a quarter turn on your mat to the right. I'm going to put a wide space between your feet and turn all 10 toes to face the same direction. Okay. And then turn your right toes out 90 degrees, so you're facing towards the short end of your mat. And then bend your right leg. And depending on how far along you are, you might find that your stance is a little shorter than normal, and you need to not bend quite so deep as normal. Pay attention to how it feels in your body and what your body's telling you, and then respond accordingly. Now reach your arms out to the sides. Bend into your right leg. Look over your right hand. You can be more flexible here than you normally are, especially in your hips, but really in most of your joints. And so we want to take care not to work into extreme ranges of motion and not to work past what your typical range of motion is, even though you're more flexible now. Now straighten your right leg, turn your right toes in, turn your left toes out, and bend your left leg, warrior two on the left side. Look over your left hand. Inhale, and on your exhale, take your hands down to the mat, surround your left foot, step back to a plank. Inhale in your plank, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, step your left foot forward between your hands, and then bring your right foot down perpendicular to your left foot, and then rise up to your warrior two. So right where we just were. Now this time, reach your upper body to the left. Keep your left side body really long, and then take your left elbow to your left thigh. Reach your right arm overhead, stretch through your right fingertips. Now, if you know how to go deeper in this posture and it still feels like something that's beneficial to your body and not too extreme, then you're welcome to go deeper in this posture. Keep your left knee aligning over your ankle, but roll your left ribs to the right. Roll your right ribs up toward the ceiling. Extended side angle. And then inhale, rise up and straighten your left leg. Turn your left toes in, turn your right toes out, bend your right leg, warrior two. And from your warrior two, reach your upper body to the right, long right side body, inhale. And then as you exhale, take your right elbow to your right thigh, reach your left arm overhead with your palm facing down towards the floor. Keep your alignment of your right knee over your ankle, and then rotate your torso to the left. And again, if you know how to go deeper, you're welcome to do that. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the mat, surround your right foot, step back plank. Knees up or down, inhale, and as you exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now from your downward facing dog, step your right foot forward between your hands. Bring your left heel down, perpendicular to your right foot. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Inhale, reach your upper body to the right. Exhale, extended side angle. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now inhale, rise back up to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Tilt your hips back, reach your upper body forward, make a long side body on your right side, and then take your right arm down and your left arm high. And if you're starting to notice limitations in your body, you might find that even though you don't normally use a block, you might like to use a block here to support yourself. Drag your right sitting bone away from your right heel and press into the ball of your right foot. And then inhale, rise up. Turn your right toes in, turn your left toes out, bend your left leg, warrior two. Now inhale, reach your upper body to the left. Exhale, extended side angle. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale, tilt your hips to the right. Exhale, reach your upper body to the left. And then left arm down, right arm high. Maybe using a block, maybe not. Triangle pose. We'll keep your left thigh bone rolling open to the left, but then press into the ball of your left foot underneath your left big toe, and that'll bring some stability to your knee joint. Engage your left quadricep, lifting the kneecap on your left leg, and that'll engage your quadricep and then stretch deeper into your hamstring. Now, make your legs strong. On your inhale, rise up. On your exhale, bend your left leg. Take your hands down to the mat. Step back, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. From your down dog, step your left foot forward between your hands. Bring your right heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach your upper body forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, rise back up and straighten your left leg. Tilt your hips back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle pose. Take a breath in and out. Now you have the option to stay here in your triangle pose, or you can take a half moon balance. If you want to take half moon, take your right hand to your right hip, bend your left leg, walk your right foot in. Take your left hand in front of your left foot, stand on your left leg. You can also use a block underneath your left hand to give yourself more space and stability in this posture. Keep your right leg strong, stack the right side of your body on top of the left, reach your right arm high. Expand everything out away from the center of your body. Inhale, and as you exhale, gently step back, warrior two. And then straighten your left leg, turn your left toes in, turn your right toes out, bend your right leg, warrior two. Inhale, reach your upper body forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe in and out. And then come back up, straighten your right leg. Tilt your hips back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle pose. Take a breath in and out. Option one is to stay here if you don't feel like balancing. Option two, half moon balance. Take your left hand to your left hip, bend your right leg, walk your back foot in. Take your right fingertips to the floor in front of your right foot. Lift your left leg. Stack the left side of your body on top of the right. Keep your left leg strong. Again, you could use a block here, especially if you're feeling really crunched on the right side of your body. It'll help to make you feel like you have more space. Inhale, expand out. Exhale, float back. Warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now inhale, bend your knees, look towards your hands. And on your exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, reach out and up, bring your palms to meet. Exhale, take your arms down by your sides. Now take a quarter turn on your mat to the left and put a wide space between your feet. Nice big wide space. Now turn your heels in and your toes out. Take your hands to your legs and bend your knees. Keep your knees moving outward. Keep your chest lifting. I'm just going to move a little bit side to side. A little opening in your hips, a little strengthening in your legs. And then straighten your legs and turn your toes in. Take your hands to your hips. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. Exhale, tip forward with a long spine. And you'll take your hands to the floor or to a block if the floor is a little bit far away. And then walk your hands either on the block or not, walk them out in front of you. And press your hands forward and down so it's like a downward facing dog, except with wide legs, and we're mostly standing on your feet. Stretch your hips up and back. And then walk your hands back towards you. Lengthen your spine on your inhale. Take your hands to your hips. Exhale, rise all the way up. Now step your right foot next to your left, top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Fill your lungs, stretch your body long. Exhale, fold fingertips toward the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, take your hands down, step your feet back. Knees up or down, inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now from your down dog, take your right knee forward towards your right wrist. Take your right ankle towards your left wrist. And then walk your left foot back on your mat for your pigeon pose. Make sure your hips are even. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. And take a couple more breaths here. And then come back up onto your palms. Now sit all the way over to the right and bring your left leg around. Okay, your left leg extends out, bend your right leg in, the sole of your foot on your left leg, and then turn your shoulders to face towards your left foot. Take an inhale, reach your arms high, and as you exhale, fold over your left leg. Reach your heart towards your toes, and always keep your heart scooping forward. Try not to round in your upper back. So if you reach your foot and it causes you to round your upper back, take your hands closer towards you, scoop your heart forward, and fold from there. Flex your left toes towards you. Inhale, and as you exhale, rise back up. Now, extend your right leg out, bend your left leg in. Turn your shoulders to face towards your right foot. Flex your right toes towards you. Inhale, sit up tall, stretch your arms high. Exhale, reach your heart towards your toes. Your hands will come down wherever they come. For some of you, it will be very easy to reach your foot. And maybe normally it is easy for you to reach your foot, but because of maybe you have new limitations because of the way your body is changing, you fold over. If your belly is getting bigger, you might fold more towards the inside of your leg to accommodate that. inhale, and as you exhale, rise up. Now your left leg is bent, so you're going to turn back around, take your right leg back behind you, coming into our pigeon on the left side. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your left leg. And however far down you go, you might begin to be limited not only by your hip, but also by your belly. And so you might not go down quite as far as you usually might. Start to make your way back up onto your palms. Sit over onto your left hip. Take your right leg around. Now find your blanket and fold it. Let's see. Fold it about like this. And then you come over onto your left side. Take your blanket between your knees. Roll onto your left side. Use your left arm as a pillow. I'll just take a few moments here to rest and close your eyes, soften your body, soften your breathing. And take our last moments here in stillness and quietness. to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Use your right hand on the floor and begin to push yourself up. No hurry. And take your blanket and sit on your blanket so your knees are a little bit lower than your hips. And close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. And again, breathe in and out. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. The goodness that's in me acknowledges the same in you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.